Today is my 62nd birthday, and I've been thinking a lot about what has happened during the past 2 years. These past 2 years of transitioning, so to speak, physically. And I've gone back to my roots. I felt that I needed to go back to those roots because that's when the change really occurred. You know, over the past 15, 20 years, I've been working so much. I've been so busy at my studio, being a dad, and all of these other things. Life got in the way of taking care of myself. And because it got in the way, my body suffered. My physical health suffered. I gained a lot of weight. My energy was very poor. I was lethargic. The dreams that I had when I was a young man seemed to be gone, and I didn't seem to be able to focus on those dreams. At my 60th birthday party, my kids had organized a big birthday gathering. And they did that. People came from all over the place, and it was a lot of fun. It was at a restaurant. And as I showed up at the 60th birthday party, one of the things that was going through my mind was, I'm 60. I really am 60 years old. And where is my life? How do I feel? What's going on? And at that gathering, I did the usual thing where I talked to everyone, I shook their hands, etc. But I felt terribly. I felt overweight. I felt tired. I felt like there was nothing left. And I didn't feel like there were many more years left in my life. You see, 2.5 years before that, I had had a triple stroke. I needed to do something to change. I had been going to the gym and exercising and all of those things, but it didn't seem to be working. You know, like us all, we all wish that something would occur. We all would hope that something would occur and that our life would change suddenly and miraculously. But the reality kind of hit me at that time, that the changes needed to occur within me. A scripture did kind of come to mind, and that scripture was, faith without works is dead, being alone. And the reason I think that is so key is because, you know, we hope, we wish, we dream, all of these things, and we might have the faith that things might happen. You know, people give us things, or they give us different plans to lose weight or to better our lives, all of these things. But none of that even matters. I mean, it can help a little bit, but none of that matters unless there's actual work put in. And so that kind of hit me hard on my 60th birthday party. And my sister had been bugging me for a long time. And I say bugging because she was constantly at me about things. But she had been telling me about something that she had that she thought would really assist me. And finally, I was open enough to go listen. And I went to listen to my sister, and she gave me the spiel about this a new product that she had, the Thrive HGH. And I can remember as she told me these things, you know, I thought, well, you know, I was a little bit open, and so I was interested. And I went home and I did some more homework, etc. And I said, well, thank you for that information. I'll think about it and put it off. I did the typical thing like we all do, and I procrastinated. And so a few months down the road, I called her up and said, can I come and see you? And I went down there and I met with her and Ken, and we talked about it. And at that time, I needed something. I knew that I needed something. And no matter what I had tried, no matter how many times I went to the gym, all of these things that I'd listened to and seen, nothing was working. And I felt terribly. Like I said, I felt like there wasn't much of life left within me. And so I went down there and I listened to them, and I thought, well, I'm going to take a chance. I went home and I began, and it was within 2 weeks, and this is something that I really can't believe, but within 2 weeks I'd lost about 12 to 15 pounds, and I was feeling better, and I was feeling more energetic. And the significant part is that it gave me the life force, it gave me the energy, the ability to even increase what I was doing. It gave me the drive. Like I said, it gave me that life force that you need when you go out and exercise and do other things. And I began to work harder and harder, and I began to see this weight fall off. I mean, it was incredible. Physically, I began to change, and those who know me can attest to the fact that all those things began to change. But it wasn't even that. It was just that energy from within. It's that feeling from within that things are getting better. And it was within about 4 months that I had lost about over 50 pounds, and within 6 months that I had lost a total of 65. That's all cool and that's all great. The thing that changed in me was the fact that I felt, I looked, and I acted 15 to 20 years younger. And people told me that. What's going on? What's happened? They'd ask me those questions. And so 2 years later today, here I am sitting and thinking I'm 62 years old. And where am I now? And how has my outlook changed? And the reality is that I still feel that life force. I still feel that energy. Has it been difficult? Absolutely, it's been difficult. There's been ups and downs. And, over the past little while, I felt myself go away from it just a little bit. And it wasn't until recently when some things popped up in my head again, and I thought, what am I doing? How am I allowing life to get back in the way? And the other day I was in the gym and I saw a gentleman there working out in good shape. And he was doing some great exercises. But the thing that got me was he had no legs. And there was a wheelchair behind the exercise machine he was on. And it really hit me hard. It really hit me hard that I had no excuses. Life can be difficult. There are struggles. There are ups and downs. But you know what? If a gentleman like that can go out there and can work and constantly put the effort in and can accomplish what he is accomplishing, there are zero excuses in my life. So I am grateful today on my 62nd birthday that I found something that gave me that life force, that life energy, that put the ability for me to get my weight back in order, to put the drive back into my life, put the light back in my eyes, my hair color, the way I feel, the way I look, the bounce in my step, as my daughter calls it. I am grateful today on my 62nd birthday that I have seen this again and I felt this again. It has worked wonders. And so happy birthday to me.